All right, here's a classic matchup 1v1. I'm playing the Vampire Counts, and then there's somebody named Schnitzel or something like that. It is a casual match, but it is the guy wanted a 1v1, so I'm guessing he knows what he's doing. And it looks like he sort of had the right approach. So he deployed his artillery here. Outside of the woods, he has stuff in the woods clearly, and then he put a skirmish cav on the flank. So the general idea is good, and he wanted to put the skirmish flag on the skirmish cav on the flank with the grenade launchers and just light up the vampire um, infantry, which is a good idea in theory, right? Because grenades can do a ton of damage, and they do AOE, so they deal very well with vampire units. But the problem is you can get screened really easily by dire wolves and fellbats. If you have your units on skirmish mode, the fellbats can chase them into oblivion and just keep tapping them. Did it with the fellbats. I did pull back though because I didn't know what was in the woods here. It turns out there was a unit of Empire Knights that I discovered later, but I didn't want to overcommit. All I needed to do was prevent the Outriders with grenade launchers from shooting on my troops while they advanced. And as long as I did that, then I won. Because if he pays for these units and he doesn't get to shoot with them, then there's no point in having brought them. And you'll see every time he gets close, I just chase him away and he has to retreat. That's why I think you need some sort of supporting units if you're going to bring some skirmish cavalry. Otherwise, it's so easy to do that. So that bought me the time for my zombies and other things to move up relatively unscathed. And then I just want to point out like something that I think is really broken with this game. And in this game, I sort of abused it a little bit. But in fairness, I brought a non-competitive legendary lord in Herman Gorst. Herman Gorst. I always say that wrong. Helman Gorst. Um, you can get a necromancer with 7 zombie summons and 300 for 380 gold. And for 380 gold, you're also getting 300 weapon strength and some attack stats. It's not great. It's. I mean, he'll get his ass kicked in melee against any other hero, but if you have two of them for 600 gold combined, they can actually take on some melee heroes in combat. Plus, they get the 14 zombie summons for 600 gold. Like it's just stupid. But anyway, so these guys are skirting around the periphery, just chasing after these outriders. There's a couple of free company militia here and there. I think maybe they were on skirmish mode. I'm not entirely sure because they're as the fellbats were approaching, they started to run away. I think my opponent maybe noticed that and turned it off. But yeah, my Blood Knights are going to beat the crap out of those Empire Knights there. And then on the front line, things are just all tied up now with the zombies. I have Hermann Gorst and 2 Necromancers plus a Vargulf who's smashed up some Flagellants. The Crypt Horrors are also going to debuff the Flagellants pretty good. I can summon zombies and other things in behind onto the cavalry. There's a Bright Wizard who's going to torch my front line, which is smart. Like, that's the right play to do, and that's the right Laura magic to bring against the Vampire Counts, in my opinion. But it doesn't really matter. The zombies are 100 gold, 150 gold, something like that, and I have 14 more summons. So good luck taking them out with your fire magic before everything else in your army is dead. So the Blood Knights are going to come and kill all of this Free Company militia. I guess he brought the Free Company militia mostly because he wanted something that could fight zombie summons. But they're going to have a really hard time with the cavalry, with the dire wolves. Franz gets back in here, but I mean, there's no way he can kill all of this. I think he just wanted to tie it down, maybe. And I probably could have just turned and fought him there, but I was like, you know what, screw it. I don't need to. I could just ignore him and take out the rest of his army while he plays with some fellbats and other things like that. So a rear charge is gonna, well, not a rear charge, a frontal charge is gonna go into this unit of handgunners. I'm gonna summon a unit of Graveguard from Helmer Gorst into the mortar and just light up the rest of his infantry. Yeah, it is. The Blood Knights are going to move there eventually. They are getting shot pretty hard right now, but I will clue in. I promise. Um, Over here, I've sent the Vargulf and the Necromancers to go fight the Bright Wizard. So he tries to screen me out with some swordsmen, but eventually I will notice that and reposition my Vargulf over onto him. I drop an Invocation of Nahek just to pump up the health of these Blood Knights, and there's that rear charge I was talking to you about. So these guys are pretty much gone. I got another unit of dire wolves and other things that I can send over here to screen out the last bit of missile cav, and the game's pretty much done. So, moral of the story is, if you take Karl Franz, you need to hunt down Helmengorst. You cannot go chasing after Blood Knights and other things like that. And secondly, if you bring skirmish cav, you better have a way to support them, because otherwise they can get screened out or they can just get pushed off. And if you're the vampire counts, just keep trucking. Your goal is to lock up all of the frontline units, and if you do that, you should have an easy time winning. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.